Hi YouTubers, it is 10 to 1 in the afternoon. It is budget day here in England, so it's live at the moment and I don't have a TV licence, and the reason I don't have a TV licence is because I don't watch live TV and I don't watch the BBC and I don't stream stuff, so I don't need a TV licence. So the budget's on but I'm not watching it. I'll watch it when it's finished, so whatever, I'll click back on in an hour and see if it's finished and I can properly look at everything, right? But I was thinking about it this morning about, well, what does this mean? So we've now got Labour government in power. Oh God, their first couple of months in power have just been a car crash. But I was thinking about, okay, the impact of the budget, for example, on me. So a number of years back, J K Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, she did a Harvard commencement speech, and she talked about how there was a time prior to the Harry Potter novels and franchise and everything becoming, worldwide popular, that she, quote, said, I was the poorest it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. And I've always remembered that because I sort of disagree with it. There is a way of being in even more trouble in modern Britain than J K Rowling was at that time. And that's where I am. So J K Rowling, when before the Harry Potter thing, and at her absolute, her rock bottom, she has quoted saying, and I absolutely completely believe it to be completely true, that she was living in a flat that was being supported by housing benefit, and she was on benefits, so she would have been getting housing benefit, council tax benefit, and she would have been given either job seekers or income support, probably income support actually, because she had a child under 5. So that is really, really poor. However, her rent's being paid, her council tax being paid, and she's getting money, tiny bit of money, not much at all, just to get by. So cutting forward to my situation is this. So I've lived in my house, the same house here, for 21 years, and I've got 4 years left on my mortgage. Last year, out of the blue, without notice, no notice whatsoever, I got some paperwork in the post, and it was from my mortgage provider, and they'd gone to court without even giving me any notice about it, to say that they had put in place a suspended repossession order on my house. And I thought, how funny, how very interesting. So when I got this mortgage back in 2004, I borrowed from the bank approximately £72,000 to buy this house. Okay, the house is now worth approximately £247,000. Over the last 21 years, I've paid a guesstimation so far in repaying that £72,000 loan. I've paid the bank back probably approximately £300,000, right? And now I feel like they've got their sights on the house. So I told you in my previous video that I did yesterday that I finished my last job in the prison service in July, and I'm not currently in work. If I were to go to the job centre and apply, or the DWP or Universal Credit, and apply for some benefits, I would be entitled to job seekers allowance, which I think at the current rate, let's just say it's a ballpark of about £80 a week. What I would not be entitled to, and I am not entitled to, because I've got a mortgage, is any kind of help paying my mortgage, and no council tax relief either, except for the single person discount of 25% for being here on my own. So my mortgage is due out in 2 days' time, and I've got just enough money left from my last wage, the very last wage that I was paid, to pay that mortgage. So when the mortgage comes out at the end of November, I don't have any money to pay it, and I've got a suspended repossession order on the house, which I wasn't told about, or given any, pre-warning. So my go-to is going to be cash converters, to get through the December payment. I've got guitars, and I've got like a bike I can sell, and I've got a Garmin watch that I can sell, so they'll go to cash converters, and that will scrape me through for the November mortgage. And in the meantime, obviously I need to get back to work. When you've got mental health struggles, which I've said in previous video, I've had for 26 years, that's all well and good, but it's not that easy. This is day 3 now of Nana Does YouTube, and day 3. So anyone observant, still got the same clothes on. This is what happens when it's real self-neglect and you're just not able to look after yourself properly, because you're just having you're not in the right headspace. So I don't think that J K Rowling was quite as poor as you can be. So of course you could say, well, then just sell your house. Just sell your house. Okay, so let's say I sell my house. Okay, so I need to live somewhere. So I'd then get, well, I guess I'd get like council accommodation, like a bed sit, which would then be paid for by the government. I mean, and then the bank gets my house that I've paid for 3 times over, and they get the house as well. Anyway, the only reason I kind of was just feeling a bit flat this morning is obviously it's budget day, like I said at the beginning, and I think, obviously I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to wait until it's completely done so I can go through it all. But the minimum wage going up to £12 something for over 21s, how is anyone ever going to be able to afford a mortgage on that? And then I was kind of looking again at the sort of the graphs they were showing yesterday on Sky News with, here's the income the government gets and here are the outgoings. And then you look at the breakdown of the outgoings. It's like, where on earth is this money going? What does other mean? What's other? There are so many managers. I mean, I could just speak for like, not the NHS. I've not worked in the NHS, but just in like MOJ, which, my last job, and looking at how many managers there were, like top down. You've got the governor, you've got, I don't know how many, 10 duty governors, then you've got 1 billion managers. This is just one prison. So many managers. Then there's managers over that department which are under the duty governors. Then there's all those managers, from security to the business hub to education, and then you've got all your CMs, you've got your custodial managers, and managers, just all of them. And that's just one workplace in the billions across the UK where money is just being wasted, and then we're asked to pay for it by this ridiculous government who don't know what they're doing. It's like having children in charge. It's terrifying, actually. There are definitely people, in society that could better run the government and have more intelligence than these lot. It's shocking, and scary times. I mean, I'm speaking to you at the moment. I'm holding my phone up. I've got to get one of them phone holder things. I'm holding my phone up, and my hands are freezing. This house is freezing. I don't have any heating on at all. I've got the temperature gauge over there, which I should have brought over because it's showing me at the moment that it's not down on cold, but it's on cool. So it's starting to dip, and it's only the end of October. So, and I'm not even a pensioner. I mean, I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. But just really worried for this country. I just don't know what's happening, really. It's scary times, and it's just like, it feels to me there's just kind of this real lack of community, and it's individuality, and people just not so much individuality. It's this idea that, I don't know, where is everyone? It's like everyone's hiding behind a computer, and there's no community rather than individuality. Yeah, that's what I meant. There's just like, no one cares anymore. No one cares. It's like, just literally no one cares. The planet's just turning into some kind of just AI, just generated rock floating around in space that no one knows what's going on anymore. I've gone way off at a tangent at the end of this. But anyways, apart from that, I'm having a brilliant day.